How did you expose your ex-wife's fake abuse allegations? Daddy, why does mommy say you scare me? My 7-year-old daughter Grace asked this after returning from her mom's house, twisting her hands together. I felt my whole world tilt when she said those words. 2 days later, a lawyer's letter arrived claiming Grace was terrified of overnight visits with me. The timing felt suspicious, coming right after my promotion to regional manager. Grace's teacher pulled me aside next, speaking carefully about concerns my ex had shared. She said she had to document everything for mandatory reporting. I understood her position, but it still hurt. Then my own sister called, suggesting I should give Grace space. She explained my ex had been calling family members crying about Grace's nightmares. My chest tightened as I realized my ex was building a case against me. But why now? The promotion meant traveling twice monthly and a significant raise. Suddenly, her motivation became crystal clear. My lawyer, Frank, studied the custody papers with narrowed eyes. She wants sole custody and triple child support based on your new salary, he said, tapping the numbers. The modification request cited my new travel schedule as abandonment risk. I felt sick realizing she'd been planning this since my promotion announcement. I started documenting everything with timestamps and photos, but it felt hopeless against her growing narrative. Janet's call changed everything. My ex's best friend sounded shaky as she explained why she'd reached out. She asked me to lie in court, Janet said. The request was specific. Testify that Grace seemed frightened after my visits. Janet had refused and kept the messages. Just tell them you've noticed changes in Grace, one text read. Janet was calling because my ex had threatened to ruin her daycare business if she didn't comply. Once I get full custody, Steve and I are moving to Colorado. He got a job there, another message revealed. Steve, her new boyfriend of 8 months. The timeline clicked into place. Janet had saved voice messages after the threat started. My ex's voice came through clearly. I've been teaching Grace to look sad when we talk about daddy. She thinks it's a game. Kids are so easy to teach. Janet's voice shook as she explained she couldn't be part of traumatizing a child. She'd already contacted her own lawyer about the blackmail threats. More evidence surfaced when my neighbor Tom mentioned something odd. He'd seen my ex parked outside my apartment taking photos during my custody time, but Grace had been sick at her mom's that weekend. I checked my doorbell camera footage and found her car there 3 times when she claimed Grace was too ill to visit. The timestamp showed her taking pictures of my empty driveway to suggest I wasn't home for Grace. The school counselor agreed to observe our next exchange after I filed a formal request through the court. From her car, she watched Grace race toward me, chattering about our planned art project. Her whole face lit up until my ex called her over. The counselor documented how my ex whispered intensely to Grace until her excitement drained away. This official observation would be crucial. 3 weeks before court, discovery revealed the smoking gun. My ex's lawyer had accidentally filed an unredacted email chain with the court. One email from my ex read, "The teacher is on board. Grace does the sad act perfectly. After we win, Colorado is happening." Her lawyer had replied warning her about putting strategy in writing. The court-appointed child psychologist met with Grace for several sessions. During play therapy, Grace casually mentioned the pretend sad game about daddy. When asked to explain, she said, "Mommy says it helps us move to the mountains with Steve." Grace thought they were practicing for a play. The psychologist's report would be damning. Court day arrived with my ex clutching tissues, playing the concerned mother perfectly. Frank began presenting evidence methodically. Janet testified first about the blackmail attempts, providing printed threats. The doorbell footage played next, showing my ex photographing my empty driveway during Grace's sick days. Then came the counselor's official observation report of the coaching. My ex's face went pale as her own voice filled the courtroom from Janet's recordings. Kids are so easy to teach. The judge's expression hardened with each revelation. But the unredacted email chain was devastating. Her own words glowed on screen. Grace does the sad act perfectly. The psychologist's report sealed it. The judge's voice turned cold. "You weaponized your own child and committed attempted extortion." The judge restored our shared custody and ordered her to pay my legal fees. Grace and I make pancakes together every Sunday morning now, just like before. Steve disappeared from her life the moment those extortion charges were mentioned in court.